Hello everyone, today's session is all about something that brings characters to life: hair. I'll show you how to draw different hairstyles, how to use guidelines, how to shade hair properly, and how to set up your layers in Clip Studio Paint for a clean, professional result. So let's dive into how to draw hair, different hairstyles and shadings using one of my absolute favorite art apps, Clip Studio Paint. So, if you've ever struggled with drawing hair that feels stiff or flat, this tutorial is definitely for you. We're going to break things down step by step: sketching, linear, base colors, shading and highlights, and most importantly, it'll show you how Clip Studio Paint makes the process easier and more fun. Let's get started. First things first, what kind of hairstyle are you drawing? The hairstyle should match your character's personality. For example, long straight hair usually gives a calm or elegant vibe. Spitty or messy hair feels more rebellious or energetic. Wavy or curly hair can feel more romantic or playful. Once you pick a hairstyle, think about the overall shape. Do they have bangs? Is it tied up? Does it frame the face? Those small decisions help make the character more unique. Next, let's talk about a really helpful tip: guidelines, specifically the red and green lines you've probably seen in hair studies online. Red lines are usually used for the bangs and hairline. They help you place the front part of the hair correctly, and they show how the hair falls from the crown. Green lines are often used to map out the outer shape and movement of the hair, especially for longer strands. These aren't random colors, they help you break the hair into chunks and make sure it flows naturally from the scalp. So before I draw the final lines, I lightly sketch out the red and green guides to plan everything. Now let's talk about the brushes I use in Clip Studio Paint. For the sketch, I like using the real pencil or roe pencil because they feel natural. For linear, I usually go with the turnip pen or Japanese and clean. For the base colors, I use the fill tool with refer other layers turned on to color quickly or manually color it. When it comes to shading, I switch to the airbrush, turnip pen, or sometimes the flat brush for painterly effects. You don't need 100 brushes, just find a few that work for your style and stick with them. Here's how I organize my layers to keep things neat and flexible. 1. Sketch layer, row and light. 2. Liner layer, clean lines on top. 3. Base color layer placed under the liner. 4. Shading layer clipped to the base and set to multiply. 5. Highlight layer, usually on a glow or screen. 6. Extra effects layer, optional for glows or colored lighting. This way, you can adjust shadows or highlights later without messing up your base color. Let me walk you through a simple hairstyle example. 1. Sketch the head. 2. Sketch hair in chunks, not strands. Think of the flow: front, sides, back. 3. Refine with linear, taper your strokes, thick at the roots, thin at the tips. 4. Base color, flat tone using the fill tool. 5. And shadows with multiply layer. Shade under the bangs, behind the ears and where hair overlaps. 6. Add highlights with an add or screen layer. These go on the top edges or wherever light hits directly. 7. Final touches, strands, soft gradients, or glow effects if needed. Let's talk about color choices. Even if you're using just one hair color, you need multiple shades to make it look alive. For example, base, pick your mitten, like light brown or pastel pink. Shadows, go for a deeper tone with maybe a hint of coolness. Highlights, use a brighter or warmer tone, like peach or pale yellow. And if you want even more dimension, add a second highlight or a gradient overlay. I usually use 6 shades for a complete hair render. Here's the breakdown. 1. Darkest shadow for deep creases and hidden areas. 2. Mid shadow softens transitions. 3. Base color, your main tone. 4. Light tone starts the lighting. 5. Highlight for shine and shape. 6. Glow edge light for that final sparkle or rim light. This system keeps your hair from looking flat and gives you a lot of control. Alright, before we wrap up, Here are some extra tips. Use clipping layers to stay clean and organized. Add soft gradients on top for lighting. Reference real hairstyles and study how hair flows. Don't draw every single strand. Group the hair into shapes first, then end strands as detail. The more you practice this, the easier it gets. That's it for this tutorial. I hope you found this helpful. Let me know what tutorial you'd like to see next. Try Clip Studio Paint now for a fast and easier process. Thanks for watching and happy drawing!